Arizona Cardinals, who travelled to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think it's an all of us one. Cardinals went to the TIAA Bank Field and they won this one 31-19. Jaguars probably had one of the plays of the game, but lost because they've got an inept quarterback. They trust him too much. They don't run the ball enough. And ignoring Jacksonville being useless, Arizona are 3-0 for the first time since 2015 when they went to the conference championship and got annihilated by the Carolina Panthers. So well done.
I literally, before we started our second recording, I saw that stat and I was wondering, is he going to mention it? Not just getting to the NFC Championship and being diplomatic, but mentioning what happened in the NFC Championship.
41-19, wasn't it? It'd be embarrassing. But this one was 31-19, so 10 points fewer than what the Cardinals conceded back in 2015.
Yeah, I think just to sum it up, as we know, the similar story, not quite as bad a level, but it was a case really that the Cardinals didn't really need to get out of, let's say, second or third gear. Their offense is just far too good for Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville Jaguars, actually, the only way they were ever going to lead in this game was by a spectacular special teams play, like you mentioned, with the ridiculously attempted field goal. Why the Cardinals went for it in the first place, that far out, 68 yards. I know when the kicker's not Justin Tucker, literally, unless you've got Justin Tucker, why are you bothering? But the Cardinals obviously went for it, and it was just a complete fluke play. I mean, the fact it went straight to the receiver in the special teams, and then there's defensive linemen because in special teams there is that mixture, isn't there? And the fact that no one was able to tackle him returning the ball is shocking from Arizona. But it didn't matter because another Trevor Lawrence disaster class, like you mentioned, sort of finally used James Robinson a little bit, but
not enough.
Still not enough. I think that this is what's annoying me, gents, is that they're trying to give Trevor Lawrence like 40, 50 attempts a game. They're not even easing him. They're basically saying to him, just absolutely launch it every play. It'll come off just like college, just like when you're at Clemson. And what happens? He gets picked off by established cornerbacks. And the Jaguars look shocking. The stats each week from getting worse and worse. And the Cardinals, once again, like they have been most weeks, are comfortable and deserve to be 3-0.
3 games, 7 interceptions. He's been sacked 5 times. He's fumbled the ball twice in 3 games, lost it twice. He looks absolutely useless, to be totally honest, to Trevor Lawrence. But he knows he's being useless. So attempted 51 passes against Texans, 3 interceptions, hasn't learned. 2 interceptions against Cardinals, 2 against the Broncos. Yeah, Urban Meyer's out of his depth as well. He said it was like facing Alabama. And yeah, he didn't realise how tough the NFL would be. He thought it would be easy. And I'm glad he's finding it difficult because it is I'd say a wake-up call. They're going to get first pick again this season, Jacksonville Jaguars. They are. It's a race between them and the Giants.
Them or Bears, the way to Bears.
Yeah. Well, no, they got to win a game.
Seriously, I don't know if you agree as well, Brad, but I genuinely think at the moment we'll come on to other teams. So it looks like there could be about 17 fighting for that first overall pick. There's some shocking saves at the moment.
Oh, mate. The Jaguars, I think, are along with the Jets, are probably the worst of the lot. It's just a disaster for them at the moment. Like you make a 109-yard play, like an absolute moment of madness, and then you just fall apart again. Like the crowd was so fired up after that. The commentator, shout out to the commentator because he actually made that. He was just going mental. Fair play to the commentator, but just the Jaguars, what are you doing?
Yeah, imagine and then blowing it again.
I mean, you're letting James Conner, who got released or just got booted out of the Steelers, getting 2 rushing touchdowns against you. It's embarrassing.
Yeah. It's going to be another long, painful season, and I suppose that. Now, talking about, as I say, being 1-15 last season, I think that they'll be very grateful if they get a win this season. You just can't see where that's going to come from.
Yeah, I didn't think that last year could get worse, but it's going to be 1-16, isn't it?
If they get a win,
they might give the Dolphins a game at Tottenham, and it'll be so Spursy if Jacksonville win at Spurs.
It'll be fitting, won't it? Really?
Yeah. Would you like an encouraging Trevor Lawrence stat? I can't believe I actually managed to pick one out.
There's an encouraging one.
So
his hair grew an inch over the game.
He has joined Hall of Famers Troy Aikman and Peyton Manning as the only quarterbacks in the last 40 seasons with 2 interceptions in each of their first 3 weeks of their rookie season. So Peyton Manning threw 2 in each game, Troy Aikman threw 2 in each game, and so is Trevor Lawrence in their rookie season.
I mean,
what an awful stat that is. That is really thinking like, no, he is good. Trust me, he is.
Yeah, that whoever come up with that one is clutching it. That 2 all-time greats.
Yeah, they're just trying to make sure that their predictions are making him go number 1 overall. They're like, trust us.
Just trying to justify it, aren't they?
He is actually good, please.